Hello everyone, this is Joanna from the Cause Production Crew, and I'm here today at the 2026 CADCA conference at the National Harbor in Maryland, and I have the opportunity to speak with several prevention leaders regarding their work and experience, and right now I'm here with Ryan. So we're going to ask him a few questions today and hopefully pick his brain a little bit. So how are you doing today, Ryan?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So first of all, let's just delve right in. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, what brings you to CADCA this year, and what organization are you representing?
So my name is Ryan. I am a student at the University of Delaware studying political science, right? And I'm here today with the Gloves Against Drugs organization, and pretty much what we do is we tie in the field of prevention with physical fitness, and basically we act as role models, mentors for the younger generation living within the urban community, our community, by the way. Not just the urban community, it's our community. What was the other question?
What brings you to CADCA this year?
What brings me to CADCA this year? So I'm here at CADCA today simply because I want to network with other people. I want to meet other folks that are in the field of prevention and see pretty much doing what you're doing, picking each other's brains, right? And what I'm trying to do is pretty much pick their brain and synthesize what they say and then bring it into what we're doing now. And pretty much we're working with one another because if we're just, there's a saying, no man is an island, right? And I truly believe this, no man is an island. So simply reaching out to the other organizations and just learning from one another, building with one another, and just, being in communion with one another, being a community, right? That's what it's all about. Because if we're not a community, if we're just isolated doing our own thing, if we're just splintered off and just, a house divided cannot stand. And that is my philosophy as to why I'm here today.
Of course, very interesting. So first of all, here at CADCA, it's really interesting to hear how exactly people get involved in prevention. A lot of people have very unique pathways into it. So that's why I want to ask you, how did you specifically get involved? Like, was there an experience that inspired you, or has it always been something that you've been passionate about?
That is such a great question, all right? So growing up, I had a little bit of a rough childhood. It wasn't too crazy, but I grew up, with immigrant parents and whatnot, and I grew up, I went to a public school. I went to an I was pretty much like a minority within my school. I went to an all-white elementary school, then I switched over to a public school, where it's sort of like if you go to a private school all your life and then you're transitioning to public school, it can be a little bit of a culture shock because it's like, it's a little bit scarier, right? But pretty much growing up, I was got into like some fights here and there. I was not in with the right crowd, and I was kind of like, I wasn't living for people, but I was living for the validation of other people, right? And I was just I was so lost. I was so lost growing up, right? And this mindset went with me everywhere up until high school, right? And I was so blessed to have a mentor, an adult. His name is Mr. Scavina. Shout out if he's watching this. He was sort of like, he was really like, he showed me what it means to really be a man. He was like, I love my dad and all that, but it's just sort of like my parents, we were kind of like disconnected, cultural, different, we were different culturally, despite being the same ethnically, so to say. But this guy really changed my life. He showed me what it means to be a man, and he was my mentor. He was my rock during my final years of high school, right? And after high school, I was like, okay, my life has sort of been rough, so I gotta pick something up. I gotta take something new, pick something up, and make something of myself, right? And so, boxing. I don't know why it came to my head, right? It was just sort of like, I just woke up and was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna start boxing, become the next world champion, like Manny Pacquiao and whatnot, right? So I go over, I look up the nearest gym near my house, and it's in the city, right? And I'm gonna tell you this, all the best boxing gyms are in like the real funny parts of the city. It's worth it, right? You're not gonna find like, a top tier elite class boxing gym in like some I don't know, gated community. But I went in, I came in, I started boxing. You know, Mike took me in, and eventually I got involved with the field of prevention, right? And at first it was sort of like, you know, I was helping Mike out doing some stuff, and the more I got involved with the Claymont Community Center, Tallyville Middle School, and just sort of like it was sort of like I was fitting into the glove of prevention. Then back then, I was sort of like, oh, okay, this is an opportunity that has been open to me. I guess I'll just step into it, right? And I stepped into it, and it fit me like a glove. And I realized when I was, it kind of just answered my prayers a little bit, right? And what was I praying about? I was praying like, you know, I've been hopeless all my life, and now I want to be a shining pillar of hope for other people, right? And the way I was thinking about it was, you know what? I'll become like the next world champion, the next welterweight champion, like Manny Pacquiao, and, you know, just bring hope to the little guy, really? Because I'm the little guy, and many people are the little guy, despite probably some of them being taller than me, but that's okay, right? And we all feel like the little guy sometimes, and I want to bring hope to the little guy. And for me, it sort of shifted from becoming a boxing champion to becoming a champion of the community. And that's what I want to do. I want to uplift and inspire other young folks to simply know that they are more than their socioeconomic background. They are more than meets the eye, right? And they can define themselves however they like. They can if they know that they are loved, if they know that they are seen by someone that loves them, right? If they know that they're being seen by someone that sees the potential within them, the sky's the limit. The sky is the limit. And so that's pretty much what brought me here. So yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool, and it's really interesting to see like how much one just great person can have such a profound impact on somebody, especially in your experience. It kind of had a trickle-down effect, you know, with you, you know, getting involved with boxing and connecting that to prevention. That's really awesome. So, you know, also, you know, since CADCA offers such a wide variety of people to interact with, draws in so many different people from, you know, different backgrounds and age groups and whatnot. Being one of the younger people on the leadership spectrum here, is there one thing that, you know, adults may not fully comprehend or realize about younger people's challenges regarding prevention?
I would say, you know, obviously there are things in which I guess the older generation won't understand simply if we just tell it to them, right? But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But at least we should try to give them credit for at least trying to understand us, right? Like, to every adult watching this, just know that we love you guys and we treasure you guys. You guys, if it was just like the young folks going around, like, I mean, what do I know, right? I'm 19, I'm a college student, I still have light years of experience ahead of me, but it's so good to have the older generation to pass down their wisdom and knowledge to us in order for us to reformat it and give it to the next generation, right? It's the same message, it's the same, these are the same goals, but we're just passing it on in a different format, so to say, right? And sometimes it's just sort of like we change methods and whatnot, but what I want to say is we thank the adults for trying to at least understand us. And sometimes, even if you guys can't understand us, just help us to feel at least loved, right? Sometimes you don't even have to say anything. Just be present. Be present to us, because that older presence, that presence of just an adult being close to the youth, that means so much to us. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, you know, age groups and whatnot, it's not something that should cause division, you know, because we all have different perspectives to offer, and that can only expand, the amount of area we can cover regarding prevention. So really great to hear your perspective on that. To kind of wrap this up, what's one fact or lesson or piece of advice about prevention that you would like people to know?
One fact of prevention that, what was the other question?
You could offer like a fact or a lesson, a piece of advice. It doesn't have to be all those things, but just like one thing that you want people to take away.
Okay, one lesson. Okay, this one goes out for the troubled youth out there watching this, listening to this. You do not have to earn love. Love is not earned. It is given as a gift. And it is given to you as a gift simply because you are you. Because what's the true miracle here? The miracle here is that you woke up and you opened your eyes and you breathed, and you just simply breathed. You're breathing the air that we breathe. Simply you existing is a miracle, and that is why you are loved, right? Don't ever think that you have to fit in with, the cool kids, or, try to like smoke, or like try to hang out with let's be real here. They're bums, right? The crowds that you guys are trying to hang out with just to be cool, they're shallow, right? They're shallow, like, people, they're human beings. I'm just gonna say it, right? Let your light shine through. Don't be afraid to be yourself, right? Because when you open yourself up to the world, that's when you know how to receive love, to simply receive it as a gift. And just guys, just know that you are loved out there.